This percentile chart uses z-scores and percentile charts to kind of put data into one. So notice on the PDF chart that I had you download, there's negative numbers all the way to positive numbers. So we have to determine, is the z-score positive or negative? Here's how the chart works. So let's do the one that's kind of highlighted already. So if we say your z-score equals 1.43, I want to know what percentile that is. So let's draw it out first. If here is the mean right here, then it's 1, 2, so it's basically right here, 1.43 standard deviations above. This chart will show me what percentile, so 1.3 standard deviations and above, do I fall into. So the first two numbers are on the left column, so 1.4. The last one is on the top, and when I meet together, this is 0.9236 standard or percentile. So we're in the 92nd percentile if you fall at 1.43 standard deviations above. Let's do one more. Let's go z-score equals 1.31. So again, if I draw it out, here's the mean. Here's one standard deviation above, 2. So it has to be 1.31. So it's all of this information right here. What percentile is it? So we go 1.3 and 1. So those meet right here at 0.9049. This chart can also go the opposite way. Suppose I have a percentile that is 93%. I want to know what is the z-score. Well, here I would look for 93. So I'm looking. 93.06 would be good. So then I figure out, okay, all the way to the left, I have 1.4, and then I go up. So my z-score would be 1.48. Now, you could be off just a little bit there, but anywhere around 1.4, 1.47, you would still get credit for that. Here's a couple examples that you might see. I want to know the probability of the z-score is less than 1.43. So if I graph this out, I always draw these out. Here's my standard deviation, and I'm going 1, 2, so I'm going right here at 1.43. So remember, this chart is a percentile chart. So this percentile will show everything less than that. So if it's less than, if you want the z-score to be less than, then I know that whatever I find on my chart is that probability. So 1.4 and 3, I have 0.9236. There is my percentile. The next one, I want my z-score. I want to know what percent is greater than this. So here's what I have. Here's my mean, 1, 2. So here is 1.43. Now this time I want to know this information, but the chart shows me that information. I know the information going to the left is 0.9236, but how would I find this? Well, to find that, I would take the total, the entire thing, which is 1, and subtract the 0.9236, and that will give me the information to the right. So to the right would be 0.0764. All right, so this next one, we want to find what percentiles in between these two numbers. So the first one is less than, it's So negative 0.56. So on the left, you look for negative 0.5, and on the top for 0.06. So I want to know negative 0.56 and 1.43 standard deviations would be right here. I want to know this information right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my chart, and I know that I can find this information right there. So if I scroll and look at that full chart at negative, so again, on the left we look for negative 0.5, and on the top we look for 0.06. When I do that, I get 0.2877. So if you were close to that, that's great. Then I have to look at this one right here because it's going to tell me all of that, which we found a few times, and that's 0.9236. Well, when I subtract these two, I'm going to subtract away the overlap. So I'm going to take 0.9236, subtract 0.2877, and when I do that, I get 0.6359. So that's the information that falls in between those two pieces.